like vitamins, prenatal
Going live.
vitamins, and sorry.
They can track everything.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the 100 Millionaires Podcast. My name is Walter Amarillo. Mike Shine, why don't you bring us in?
Yeah. Massive income from passive income. Yeah. Power of habit.
Ms. Jorsky, what is your phrase?
No, apparently you got to organize that data trends, and then you can collect on people that are technically in your demographic that you would think aren't.
Yeah.
Terry Wager, what are you known for?
The point is not to work, it's to generate income.
Excellent. As we were talking about, we've got a crypto class that we've got to teach today, but Mike Shine was telling us about the power of habit.
Yeah. So in the power of habit, they talk about Target, and Target stores can figure out everything with their algorithms of what you buy, what that means. And what they found out was that they could figure out who was pregnant. And that's important for them, because if they can start marketing to a pregnant woman, then there's all sorts of prenatal vitamins. There's the food when they have the baby, there's the carriages, the cribs. It's a big income stream. But what happened was they targeted it so directly that like one man got really angry with them because his 16-year-old daughter was being sent ads for pregnancy stuff, and he got mad at them. And then he found out a week later that his 16-year-old daughter was actually pregnant. So then they backed off and they said, what can we do? So what they did is they created booklets for these pregnant people they knew were pregnant, but they would also intersperse things like hammers and tractors and stuff in the catalog so that it didn't look as if they were targeting. So they'd go past the tractor and the golf clubs or whatever and say, hey, look, prenatal vitamins, who would have thought? It's scary, brilliant, and offensive all at the same time.
Oh my God, that is scary genius.
Yeah. Power of Habit. Who's that by, Walter? Do you have
I do not know. I got the book back.
I got
there,
it. I got Amazon up anyway.
Excellent. So Mitch, we're building a crypto course for you because the community has requested it. We make money in a lot of different ways. You know, primarily real estate has been my wealth. We're building my goal for 2022 is a $20 million company.
I had the wrong background.
There it is. And
hold on.
And I have not done much with stocks other than, day trading, maybe 100,000 in accounts. Yeah. Look at you go, Mitch. But crypto recently has become a bigger part of my portfolio, but you've been doing crypto for a long time, and you're the reason I'm in it. You're the reason Mike's in it. You're the reason Terry's, adjusted and gotten back into it again. So this course is a requirement from the community. Anybody who's listening, step one to building a training course, people must be asking you for it. If people are not asking you for a course, do not create the course. My biggest mistake with Agent Alchemist was I went and created a course that I thought was needed, but was not being asked for. And so I spent a lot of time, wasted a lot of time, and eventually pivoted to the people who were asking questions, which are real estate investors. Mitch, when there is demand, provide the service. Step one to a crypto course, you've got to have demand. And since you have demand, it's time to deliver. It doesn't make sense to do an 8-week course. We were talking about this earlier on the episode with Mike Shine. Only make a 6 to 8 week course, because you're not the kind of guy who's going to go out there and like pound with somebody for 6 months or a year. But I would like to, for your particular niche, add a year continuity with it, where you're just sending out an email once a week saying, hey, this is what I did this week. Not financial advice, but this is the crypto I bought. This is the crypto I traded. This is why I traded it. I think adding a newsletter feature to your training course will just bump up the value, because you're in the investing arena and people want to know what's going on with different investments. And since you are so active, it's something that you could commit to. Is that fair to say? Like, you could just...
Yeah. What happens if there's a week where I do nothing?
Then the next week you can apologize, say, hey, last week, actually just put out an email. Hey, I did absolutely nothing this week. And
I'm just, because the goal is, obviously it's been active, but the goal is not to be a crypto trader. The goal is to be a crypto passive investor.
Exactly.
Because I'm balling so much, I did not have to do anything this week. So
this is what I did this week. I collected my dividends.
Here's what I held. And
most days.
This is what worked. Right. So you always have content. You're on Leo Finance. Literally, I would say your Leo Finance posts are what they get access to. Because right now, most people that are going to join your program don't have access to your Leo Finance posts. In fact, your crypto program is going to allow them to get into that. So now they'll be earning Leo and they'll be able to get access to your newsletter, which you're already producing anyway. Boom.
Makes sense.
So that's a value add. That's a part of your value stack. When you're building a course, you build a value stack, and that's part of your value ladder. I've seen guys charge $1,000, $5,000 to get access to their weekly newsletter. You're pumping out more than a weekly newsletter. You're pumping out, every day you're putting out a post, basically.
Absolutely. It's even there's Agora Publishing has their crypto guide. It's a monthly newsletter that they charge like $2,500 a month or something. It's crazy. Like I think like back in the first crypto boom, there was like 5 guys in one of the trading rooms I was in that basically just all like decided to go in on it together. They all threw a few $100 at it. And I mean, I was surprised. I thought they were going to be actually disappointed in it because like they were crypto guys and crypto traders, but surprisingly they were happy with what they were getting. And I was like, all right, and I read the newsletter a few times. I mean, it's a monthly thing. So it was comprehensive, but it was mainly just exploring new cryptos and what it was and why they, were betting on them. So, I mean, I guess it was a resource because these guys were more just trading as opposed to discovering and digging into new cryptos.
So you have a massive value add, plus you have access to all of the Leo Finance community. So when something happens in Leo, like anybody who just reads the main feed is going to know what's going on. So you've got a lot of value add just right there. So there's we'll say a $2,500 value, right? Just stack. And this is you have to sell 2 courses. There's no way you can put Leo and Cub together in the same course. It'd just be too mind bending. It wouldn't work for people. So a starter course for getting into Leo, how to post, how to trail, how to fund, how to build a wallet, how to get fiat into Leo, and then how to follow people, how to create posts. Like that's 6 weeks already. How to stake. Right.
Well, I mean, so we're talking, I mean, you're still, that's still like, that's beginner, but it's still second step. I mean,
I was going to say you're like 3 steps down the road.
Because I mean, you got to like, well, Galter forgets now like that, he like knows what's going on now with these sites and the crypto. And as he tells me often, he's like, you like forget what and you've been doing it 5 years, so you don't remember like step 1 and like trying to figure shit out and all that, which is what it was. So it's, if someone hasn't done anything with crypto, well, first they got to know how the hell crypto works, and then Leo is the second step.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead. Yep.
What the heck is Bitcoin? And behind you, what is that book?
That is basically the little starter. That's the starter blueprint for understanding what the heck Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is.
What are the chapters in that?
Off the top of my head, I mean, it's
just
basically, what is a blockchain? What is a wallet? What are wallet addresses? What are private keys? And, how to, move cryptocurrency, between wallets.
So for me, that is the beginning course for anybody. And so one of the things that I've been taught about your book, about courses that you're doing, is really your table of contents is your course. And that's what we were talking about with Mike Shine is this table of contents is our course. So what is the blockchain? That's actually something that people kind of need to know.
Yeah. And so we did the Friday, what was that, on the 5th, we did that, crypto class, and it was complete straight intro. I mean, it was basically for the most part the content of this book, with obviously more detail and Q&A. So that would be the beginning of the intro course. And then, from there it could go like introducing people to crypto, and then Leo can be all one program, can be an introduction program, but you got to do the introduction to the crypto before you're talking about Leo. Leo is a specific thing. We're talking crypto in general. It's no different than me saying like, all right, I'm going to introduce you to what crypto is, and now we're going to jump into Ethereum or whatever specific crypto.
Right.
Mike, you're muted.
But you sound good.
Yeah, it looks good.
I have a specific thought from having gone through your training myself personally is if you could explain like the different blockchains, because like we throw around Hive and Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think that if you had something, this is just specific.
Yeah, I think, and I think on that. Well, yeah. So unfortunately, Mike wasn't at the Friday class. So I did jump into that a little bit. I listed basically a few of the most popular type of blockchains. Like I did put like Leo/Hive and said that's a proof of stake, and then basically, that's why like, the coins you power up. And then there's proof of work, and proof of brain and all these different ones. And I explained basically as the example, I used the proof of work, and then I used the proof of stake, and I showed why Ethereum has the network issues it has, like just in a brief description, and why they're trying to switch to proof of stake so they can get rid of their high fees and congestion issues.
Gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thank
Because
you.
I mean, in the end, you don't really need to know about the actual blockchains, individually. You just need to know what a blockchain is, how it functions. But that's just, nice to know to maybe understand why a blockchain functions the way it does in terms of the transaction. So yeah, we did that. So I think like that course was a beta test. I think it went well. I think I don't even know if there's much I need to add to it. I think it's literally just the first half of
one of the questions that
course.
I have is, did we do some kind of survey on the group that was there to what they got out of it, what they liked, what they didn't like?
Great question, Terry.
So, because I always think that what people get from me is awesome. But then when I ask them what they got something totally different than I thought I was giving.
100%. They always get something totally different. And
so
I actually usually don't think I crushed it. I usually think, crap,
Right.
I should have done this, and this. So I think
Right,
it did
and
actually go well.
You
the funny
actually
thing.
crushed it.
There's always different thing, but it's like, I think I'm giving them this and they got
Yes.
this.
Yes.
And so crush it, not crush it. There's been times where I'm like, nobody got anything, and they're like, oh my God, that was the greatest.
Yeah. Well, and
so,
I mean, I like, luckily I actually got a handful of emails from people that basically said, dude, that was awesome, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. So that was good, without even having to ask for it. But yeah, I mean, we could always send out an email.
Where the hell are the copies, by the way? I want to listen to it.
Yeah, well,
And I paid for it.
and
you didn't get the
No.
private link.
I don't think I did either.
We'll
I'll
get
send it
that
to you.
set
But
up.
also, I'm trying to put it up on my website as soon as Galter finds the source file hiding
The other-
somewhere.
The other thing is
a
when they
reminder, yeah.
say, when people say, and this is just a feedback kind of thing that Christine and I try to do as much as we can. I got it from when I have people connect with me on LinkedIn and they go, oh my God, you're this or that is so awesome. Great. What'd you like about it?
Yep.
Because when we start to hone in on what people like about it, on the LinkedIn strategy, I was just trying to find out if they actually read the thing or they were just
I didn't really like it. I was just saying something.
right. I just wanted to sell you something. But when I start doing coursework or I start presenting and people say, I really love what you had to say. Okay, what did you love about, or what did you love about it? To get more information about what's hitting and then realizing and directing your information more towards what people are really wanting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like, that's why, I mean, like I said, it was good we did that, because now we have a list of people that we can essentially ping
Exactly.
for feedback and be like, hey, not only would you get out of it, like, was there anything that you wanted to know that
Exactly.
we didn't
That's the
discuss?
next piece is, what was missing? What else do you want to know? And now you start to do what Walter and I do.
Also, I'm curious too, is that a lot of people that like did it, it's like, all right, sweet, you got some clarity on what it all is, but like, I got a feeling some people are going to tell me like, sweet, like it cleared it up. I kind of understand what's going on, but like, I need to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's not one of those things like you go through and it's like you kind of remember it all. So I'm actually curious to see if there's going to be any of that feedback, which wouldn't surprise me if there is. And it's great because it's just like they can jump in, those people, they can jump in, get, a second round of it, with any additional questions, included. And now, that second piece.
Well, right. And, I work with several coaches, and I have an IP coach, and this guy drops so many bombs on me, and it's just like, oh my God, it's like I'm getting freaking punched in the face by Mike Tyson constantly. And I understand everything as we're talking about it. And then you walk away and go, okay, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah.
And so our brain, there's this thing, and we talk about it in hypnosis quite often when we're thinking about bits of information. NLP is this idea of 7 plus or minus 2. So between 5 and 9 bits of information we can take in. And so when we're giving people information, even if it's on one topic, one straight solid topic, there's so many different pieces to it. And Bitcoin is so much like that, or cryptocurrency in general, so much like that there's so much information. People are like, okay, I got it, I'm following along. And then what happens, and this happens in big events like Tony Robbins' event, everybody gets so excited about it, moved, and they're at this peak state that he's creating. They leave and they have a big crash, and they can't remember shit because they're out of that state where it was created. And even if they do the connection of, I'm going to ground this, I'm going to anchor it here, they can't get the anchor quite back, because the actual anchor that they anchored to was the event, not what they thought they were anchoring it to. And so I put my fingers together like this, and I'm supposed to feel in that peak state. But it was really, I was anchored to
the stage and Tony on the stage.
Exactly. And so they don't realize it. And so they leave, and they're not able to manage their state the way they were in that room. They go back in that room, and all of a sudden it's there again.
No, it makes a ton of sense.
This is the whole idea. And this is one of the reasons that I say, when we start to, in what I train beyond mindset, the emotional state, because when we can get to the emotions, we can actually anchor things into us without any of that outside stuff. And we get really stronger. When we're talking about what you're doing, when you're teaching people with the crypto, it's really realizing that this is not something that's a one-time thing and they're going to get it. I've been in the crypto world myself for about 2 or 3 years, and then I dropped off probably last year. And when you started talking about it, it's like, okay, I remember, and I got this. I got wallets. I know where my password is. And it's like, oh, things start coming back, but I still don't know enough about it. And I was pretty heavy into it for a couple of years, 2018. And so it's like the people are going to have refresher after refresher after refresher. And so what Walter was talking about with the year-long newsletter, it might not even be a bad idea for them to have access to whatever the course is, so they have continued ability to go back and listen again.
I mean, and then, there's always stuff popping up, like in terms of things to learn. So that can also fill a weekly newsletter, because, crypto's ever changing, ever growing. There's new stuff in there. People are trying to figure out certain things. So just be like, hey, this is, and whatever it is, like right now, the big thing is like understanding, like, yield farms. It's like, well, I don't get it. How does this work? And it's like, well, here you go. Here's the dynamic. As one thing goes up, the other goes down, and then, simple explanation, just to use an example. So there's, there'll be
people like me go, wait, what?
Walter actually explained that one really well yesterday. That was awesome.
I mean, plus also what I,
and I, what do they call it when you, I anchored it in because I taught it to Brendan.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
So what's, I mean, it's.
Thank you, Paul.
Got you, brother.
Fine. So, I mean, now as far as an actual, whatever word I'm looking for is events, like.
This is how I would run it. So you've got that initial fill the room event that you do maybe once a month, where we go and we do your initial overload crypto. Hey, this is the basic Scaredy Cat guide to knowing what the heck Bitcoin is, right? Like that's your opening funnel. You bring them in. At that point, you sell the book and you say you've got to read the book and sign up for this course. The book is mandatory reading, so that by the time they get to the course, they have at least a foundation of what Bitcoin is, so you can start moving them in. Now, obviously, week one, you got to revisit, right? You're revisiting, you're going through the basics again. and their homework. See, with this, every week they have to have homework. There's no way that you could go and log everybody in all at once. Like, you're going to have to say, this is the steps, do the homework, and give them a, just a bullet point of how to get through. If you run to this, do this. Yeah.
That's great.
And so with Mike, his, documents that he was creating were questions to ask for you. Your documents are step-by steps. So for the first couple of weeks, 1 week they're creating a Coinbase account or a Bittrex account. And then the next week they're going and they're creating their MetaMask, and you're explaining what wallets are. And then,
and kind of like Walter does with WalterAmorello.com, there can be videos of, like a video of me when you walked me through how to do that, and you can just refer them. Did you watch the video? Because you did it with me, and there should be a link to show someone at their stage doing what they're doing. So the YouTubes, I think, are so powerful compared to like Cal's docs.
That's funny. Everyone functions different. I actually prefer the docs over watching a video.
Okay.
I think it's a time thing. It's with the doc, I can just basically read what I need, skip what, and then with your video, it's just like I'm watching and I'm like, all right, where's what I'm looking for? I don't feel like watching this 10-minute video.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I hate when they have like a big long intro, like when you're trying to like change the filter on your pool.
Now you guys are actually reminding me of like
5 minutes,
find a recipe.
5 minutes before you
Pinterest.
get to them actually changing the filter on the pool.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Really? I didn't want to know where you're from. And
well,
tell me
that's
all
why
that
you
stuff
need to have
later.
both video and written, because everyone learns differently.
Yeah.
Everyone has, the preference on how they learn better.
I have another suggestion. Scaredy Cat Guide to Knowing What the Heck Bitcoin has to be a physical book, in my opinion. It drives me nuts when I tell people, and then it's a Kindle version. So,
I mean, here's the irony. The only reason this even exists as a Kindle was because I wanted to add another book to the collection. I wanted to basically get bestseller status. Like,
I want the book.
It was a beta test, because this quote unquote book, you know what this started out as? It started out as, in 2018, going to real estate meetups, and every real estate meetup turning into a crypto conversation because, it was bubble time, and me getting tired of explaining it to people every single time. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to write a quick manual. And I basically had a PDF that was a lead gen. And then I decided to turn it into a short book. Well, I could turn it into a legit book. The problem is I have to expand because it's only 21 pages.
Updated version or whatever. E-Myth.
You can use it as a pamphlet. You can actually do it as a pamphlet. And you can do it as an ebook pamphlet, or you can have a 20-page book that you
listen, I could Mike, I get the Kindle thing, so I have it as a PDF. I could make the PDF available as well. In fact, I don't know why I haven't done that. That's smart.
Yeah, it's an ebook.
Is a PDF good enough, or do I need a physical book?
No, I think it's fine for me to read it, but if you had like a bright and shiny cover and all that kind of stuff, I would have probably already sold 20 of them for you. So
right.
I mean, you could.
So
had I known that, I would have made the PDF available, because at least PDF is something someone can like actually print out. You don't have to have Kindle.
How much does it cost to turn it into a real 20-page book? Like,
it doesn't really cost anything. So I guess
I could do a 20-something page book.
I have an ebook that's 22 pages. It's Ditch My Stress, and it's simple ways to not have stress. Because stress is just a behavior. And so all that is a PDF that's been formatted for a book, and I can send it to Kindle and have it on Kindle. I can send it to the publisher and have it actually printed out, or you can print it out as a PDF, and it's just an ebook. And so
go into business with you. I'll pay for the publishing of a real shiny cover book.
You don't like my cover? I like my cover.
No, I like the cover. I just want it to be a real book.
A real book. All right. No, honestly, I never thought to do it because I'm like, it's 21 pages. Like, who makes a 21-page like paperback book? But I guess like it still could be. It's still useful. It's a pamphlet, and the whole point. The reason it's so short, because the point was, I'm not putting a bunch of fluff in here. Like, this is literally like, this is what Bitcoin and the blockchain is. Done in 15 minutes. I got you from knowing nothing to like, holy shit, I actually know how
Great.
cryptocurrency functions. And that was the point. It was that like, boom, in no time flat.
Sell a lot to high eyes who don't want to read 300 pages.
Yeah. So Mike, what I'll do is I'm going to make the PDF available for purchase on the Scaredy Cat website, which I apparently should have done eons ago.
Yes.
So awesome. And then I will dive in to see what I got to do.
Mitch
to
Durfee, Amazon.
So
You can include it in your, so my books are all included when you do purchases, right? So if you purchase access to Alchemist University, you get my PDF version of the book.
Oh no, 100%. I do the same thing with like, my Scaredy Cat real estate coaching. I mean, they get a PDF copy of the Scaredy Cat investing, real estate investing book. So this would be a part of it. It already is. I think, did we do that with the crypto class? I think we did.
It's possible.
So,
Jen Sincero, when you listen to her speak, I've seen her twice and I got 2 books out of that.
yeah,
Like $45 and the book's included. So
100%. I mean, you still make the book available for sale, but then obviously anyone signs up for a course, gets it.
right. It's awesome.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, those are things I can do, right away to add value, generate income. And then
royalties, one of the 7.
right.
Right. It's one of the 7.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
this,
and then obviously the courses, stepping it up from there. So it's funny though, with the Kindle book, and being as short as like, so I have a question. If I'm going to turn this into a paperback and it's still going to be, let's say it's going to just be like 25 pages. What do you charge for a 25-page paperback?
$2.99.
$7.99. Like,
Really?
There you go. All right,
yeah,
cool.
Let's get serious about this for just a second. Is it lead gen? Is it something that you want to make money off of? Because
the paperback really wouldn't be lead gen.
Bro, I gave away 500 of Broke to a Quarter Million at the beginning quarter of this year, and it brought me in a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So
so for me, it's still lead gen. It's just pretty lead gen, but $2.99, 99 cents. You trip me out. And whatever it is, as long as they have a way to get a hold of you and you have your contact information, that is lead gen. And so you are establishing yourself as an expert in that field. And so they give you that piece of information, or you give them that piece of information. They can come back and go, I want to learn more. So
yeah, no, I'm with that. I understand all that.
Like
my book is on Amazon.
My inner C that never tests.
My book is on Amazon for 99 cents. On Kindle, they can get it for $9.97.
Or you could have Mike Gabriel do a click funnel where you say, get the book free, just pay for the shipping and handling.
now it's a lead magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the free ship, that's a lead magnet. That's been going on forever.
I do that all the time and I don't have a problem with it.
Same.
No, the free plus shipping is a great marketing model. So, I mean, because now you're collecting a lead.
Exactly. So Mitch, the course, week 1, they've got to read the book, right? So that's homework. If they haven't read the book, they've got to read the book, and they've got to set up themselves on an exchange so that they can get fiat into the exchange.
And the Amazon, you could still put the book up for $2.99 or talk to Mitch Durfee about what he thinks would be the best for that. Although Terry's done it too. So.
And then week 2, they're setting up their MetaMask wallet, right? So you start.
Why?
What is it?
Why are they setting up a MetaMask wallet in week 2?
So that they can transact, so they can understand what a wallet is, right? Then you bring them into Leo on week 3.
Hold on, taking notes.
Yep. And there's so much information on a wallet, saving your keys. Like there's so much that it wouldn't make sense to just teach them how to log in to Leo on week 2. You got to get the exchange, talk about exchanges, and you talk, get the wallet, talk about wallets, and then you can introduce them via the Twitter. I would bring them through Twitter. It's just way easier into Leo, even though they'll already have a MetaMask. And then
I think it's going to be more. I think week 2 can be wallets in general. So yeah, MetaMask, but also like Exodus, because now you got the differences between essentially,
confused mind says no. If you give them 2 options, they'll get stuck.
It's not about options. It's about giving them an example of 2 different types of wallets.
Right. Right. And I think that's a great idea to explain the wallets, like go into detail, this is what Exodus is, what MetaMask is, and you can kind of, you can let them make their options, but the requirement, like the homework would be, you got to set up a MetaMask wallet. And then each week has,
I mean, that makes sense
instructions.
because essentially you'll need that
Exactly.
when you end up going on Leo, which not everyone has to do, but that's the end. Like that's the end goal. Like there's a journey. So I mean, all right. So that's what I'm figuring out here. It's basically you have to essentially pick a journey. I mean, there's 8,000 different directions you can go with crypto, but the journey is going to be, all right, you don't know anything about crypto. Now you understand what a blockchain is. You understand what Bitcoin is. You understand, how to acquire crypto. Now you can understand how to use a wallet that is your own as opposed to your crypto sitting on a Coinbase. And then from there, with that wallet, you can transact and interact on platforms such as Leo Finance. And that's essentially the example that we're going to use.
Correct.
But it's also value add because on Leo Finance, it's a place where you can interact and earn crypto also as opposed to just outright buying crypto.
And it's where they get access to your blog. Well, it's where they get access to your continuity program. So in week 3, they'll actually be getting access to your continuity.
The other thing that, because of the nature of crypto and because some people send money to the ether, you want to actually have some kind of disclaimer all over the friggin' place that their trades are theirs and
their 100%
responsibility.
Yeah, and you'll have to say that every time you ever talk about crypto ever. By the way, this is not financial advice.
And we're not lawyers.
That's right. So
Mike Shine is.
True. Yeah, he's always saying this is not financial advice, cover our butts. So
I mean, you know me. I mean, shit. I even say disclaimers to like Coulter and Mike when I'm helping them buy crypto. I'm like,
you've never given me a disclaimer, so I'm holding you accountable for everything.
In personal experience, I sent $1,000 to the ether a couple of weeks ago. So
you did.
I put it out to the crypto gods.
To the crypto gods. You got it. Tithing. You have to, you have to give.
But it's already come back twofold. I'm up $2,500 this week. So it's like
we've all done it. I was like, sweet, you earned your stripes.
Nope.
I did it years ago. I think it was like I said, it was at the time it was $300 worth of crypto. Who knows what it's worth now?
So
this is like 4 years ago.
You're a crypto millionaire, but you gave it all away.
There you go.
So week 3, you're either introducing them to Leo or you're introducing them to funding their account and getting it into MetaMask. I think that introduction to Leo makes a lot more sense. And then week 4, you're actually teaching them how to fund their account, how to move it into the MetaMask, and that because Uniswap is a whole training in itself, like getting money from Coinbase to
well, luckily the Leo bridge is going to solve a lot of this.
Yeah.
So what I'll need to see is when Leo bridge goes live, how that functions, what you need. I'm assuming it's literally going to be MetaMask, Leo bridge, and that's it. So no need for Uniswap. Right. No need technically for Cub DeFi, like in terms of using those, and Leo as using those is basically like a, Fugazi bridge, jumping from one thing to the next. So this is going to solve all that. So that's perfect because that definitely makes the need for MetaMask. And yeah, that actually works because you'll even need it for Leo Finance, just for if someone wants to put some Leo on there, if they want to get Leo, which I don't know why it made me think of Get Shorty. But anyway, get whatever Leo wants, Leo gets. That was Lethal Weapon. But anyway, so I digress. But yeah, so that'll be helpful because they're going to need MetaMask anyway. The Leo bridge will make things way easier. So obviously I'll have to see how that functions. And then as things evolve, I can just update because, you have the Leo info with the signups where we're going to be able to sign up through Facebook at some point, through Google. But as of right now, it's still best to create either outright a Hive account or through MetaMask so you can get your keys if you need to at any time, as opposed to only on sign up like with Twitter. Luckily, I was able to solve that with Doug we were able to get into his Hive account because he had Hive Signer set up. So I was able to get his keys for him.
Yeah.
But yep. All right, yeah, that
Yep.
makes sense. And then introduce him into Leo Finance. And the thing like too is no one has to use Leo Finance. It's just like, you know what? This is a platform, this is a social media, tied to a crypto. This is where there's a lot of good content. This is where you can earn if you're someone that likes to write and you can post blogs and earn. If you're someone that likes to just consume content, you can earn by voting on that content that you're consuming. But obviously no obligation to do that. You could just be a straight investor. You can buy your crypto, you can move it to your Exodus wallet, so to speak, or that's something I'll iron out too. I think you're gonna have two parties. You're gonna have I just want to hold some crypto. I want to be invested in crypto, and just where do I keep it safe? And then, oh shit, like, yeah, I can like be active and earn because active income. You know what I mean? So I think at some point there's gonna be like a little branch.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Sorry. I was just wondering if you have affiliate links for if you're going to be like you recommended the Exodus wallet for me.
there's no, Coinbase, the link in the book is a Coinbase affiliate link. I could add a Bittrex as well. The Coinbase one's good because it gives the person signing up something. No one else really does that. Bittrex doesn't do that. I don't think, Kraken or Gemini do that. And then that's the thing about crypto. See, crypto is a game changer in that it's actually, in a way, going against the whole industry that you guys were, I guess I'm in as well. Like, because there is no affiliate link for Exodus. Like, you don't make money off Exodus. Like, it's a wallet that's free to use. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So there is no affiliate link for Leo Finance, but in a way there is, because you're onboarding people that are voting on your stuff probably. So then you're making, crypto from that. So it's a complete paradigm shift in the way I think business is functioning. And the irony is that it kind of goes completely against the traditional sales funnel and sales company. So that's what I find very unique about it. And it's going to be interesting to see how those two worlds kind of end up meshing.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch and be a part of it. I got to jump off in about 5 minutes. I'm doing a training with my real estate team. So
nice.
The last two courses, week 5 and week 6, those last sections.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. So, the last 2 weeks to the training course are essentially getting them understanding, voting, following, trailing. And
so I have Leo Finance's week 3, and then week 4 will be basically what, interacting on that.
Well, week 4 is probably funding. You got to fund, and then
yeah, okay, yeah, I guess they can fund after. Okay, yeah.
And then week 5 and 6 are cleaning up and teaching how to operate within Leo Finance. So when you first introduce Leo in 3, that's really just, hey, this is how you read my newsletter. This is how you get my blog. And it will take some time to explain what Leo is. Like, it's not a simple process. And you probably dive into the Hive blockchain a little bit. Week 4, you're talking about transacting, getting money funded and moving it through. Week 5, you're now going and saying, hey, this is how you interact. This is how you actually make money on Leo. And week 6, it's a cleanup of everything else, kind of an overview. This is kind of how you see the future. And this is where you sell yield farming, right? So you have 2 courses. You got Leo and you got Cub. You got typical blockchain. Like, this is a basic blockchain that's, gives you some ability to earn. And then this is what yield farming is. And it's an upsell to the next course if people are interested. And it's an overview of what you've just gone through. This way, your course leads into the people who want to get to the next level can go to the next level. And the people who are perfectly just content where they're at, they're getting that recap of, this is how you make.
Yeah, it's no different than like with stock trading. I mean, you have your, basic intro to day trading course. And then, from there you can level up to either advanced, charting, or basically like options. It's like, all right, now you know how to trade, you know how to read charts, you know how to see entry signals. Now, hey, who wants to do options? All right, well, that's the advanced course.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be a powerful course. And if you're listening, we love reviews on iTunes. Go to iTunes, write a positive review. This way, more people can get access to this wonderful knowledge and training, and just a couple of guys having fun making millionaires. Mike Shine, why don't you close us out?
Massive income from passive income. I'm looking forward to the hard copy of Scaredy Cat Guide and Knowing What the Heck Bitcoin, and also your course. So
yes, I will send you the link, and then I will get and then the new course will get going.
Yeah.
Mitch Chorsky, what is your phrase?
Organize and collect.
I love it. Dr. Terry Wager, what are you known for?
We are known for generating millionaires. The point is not to work, it's to generate income.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, gentlemen, for hanging out with us. When you have a choice, always work with the best. Cheers to your success.
Your success.
Cheers to your success.